Deo in Urdu is referred as a man mountain, and Sai, meaning shadows, define the place as Deosai, the land of giants. There is a Balti saying that only the crazy visit the land of Deosai, as reaching there is very difficult because of its unpredictable weather, narrow roads with sharpest and heart-wrenching turns. But once you reach the place, you forget everything else and dwell in the moment and thank God and yourself for taking the plunge to visit this land of enchanting beauty, blessed by the fairies themselves, Deosai. Well, we found ourselves crazy enough, and one day, we, the Zeharila group, finally got out and moved towards Deosai. If the weather is clear, then it takes almost 2 to 3 hours to reach the place from Skardu. Then it may take a little long. But if the weather is in the mood to give you a tough time, then it may take a little long. Luckily, the weather was kind to us. Almost 2 hours to reach Deosai from Skardu. The drive was dangerous, bumpy and difficult. But once you get to see the sight, you realize it was worth doing. You're left spellbound and you forget about everything in the world. The lush green landscape, cloudy skies, the green and white high peaks of Nanga Parbat display a captivating and miraculous view which beset you with ultimate serenity and enchanting beauty. The journey could only be done by the jeep. Just make sure you have an expert jeep driver who has some experience of driving on such rough tracks. Every corner of Deosai speaks bliss and is uniquely pleasant. But before you enter into this alluring place, the beautiful lake Satpara crosses your way. You see many colors of life in its water, blue, green and golden, which portray a charming view, and you can actually taste exquisiteness. Moving ahead from Satpara Lake, you reach to Bada Pani, which literally means great water. It is a mesmerizing sight, and why it is called Bada Pani, we still didn't figure it out. Perhaps because of its greatness. An hour away from Deosai, there is Shiosar Lake, which is surrounded by huge plains and have humongous mountains guarding it. The water is so clear that you can actually see trout fish swimming in there. It is one of the highest lakes in the world. No one knows about its origin or where its water flows to. Perhaps, maybe this is one of the reasons that it is called Shiosar, which means blind lake. The width of the lake is so huge that it is impossible to circulate around it in one day. You absorb the goodness of all these places and you get in the awe of God's magnificent creations. Deosai, the epitome of beauty and tranquility, is the second highest plateau in the world, and that is the reason it is known as the roof of the world. It is 13,000 feet above from the sea level and spreads at 3,000 square kilometers. It is home to the rare breed of brown Himalayan bears which guard this heavenly land. That is the reason Deosai National Park is established, facilitating growth of this endangered species. In Deosai, you don't get to see a single tree standing, and that is because for 8 months in a year, the land remains covered in snow. In the months of April and May, the snow melts down and the lake flows, falling into River Sindh. If you want to visit Deosai, then August is the ideal and most suggested month, as in August, the beauty of the place is in its prime, with many colors around as it's coming directly out of a fairy tale. Visiting Deosai gives you an extraordinary experience, touching your mind and soul, transforms you as a person, and gives you a better understanding of life, your own being, and Mother Nature. Deep down you have the desire to live here in Deosai forever, but it is impossible, even in today's time. We, the Zeharila group, had time of our lives, made some great memories, and this place had a great impact upon us, which made us all go a little crazy. Well, I'm not sure if we actually got crazy or Deosai fixed us all. Signing out for now. We'll be waiting for your feedback in comments. Do like and share the video. For more such interesting and informative videos, subscribe our channel Rim News and do hit the bell icon.